Rumours about Sergio Perez's future with Red Bull have been non-stop as the Mexican driver has constantly struggled to match up to his teammate on track. Battling Max Verstappen at Red Bull is no easy task, but with their challengers starting to close the performance gap, having a driver who can fight for podiums in the second seat is vital. Red Bull think they have a driver that can do that, but when they rejected Red Bull's offer, they sent shockwaves through the driver market. Is Sergio Perez's rejection of Red Bull going to rock the team? And by offering Checo a contract, what does that mean for the rest of the grid? Well, let's check it out. On Tuesday evening, rumours swept through the F1 fanbase that Sergio Perez had signed a contract extension with Red Bull to keep him at the team beyond the end of the season. It seemed to start with the Mexican media and very quickly snowballed from there. Checo is out of contract at the end of the 2024 season, but his position at the team has been questioned for almost a year now. Despite some poor performances last year following Max's incredible comeback in Miami, Checo has had the support of the team principal Christian Horner, who publicly placed faith in his driver to turn around his poor form. Checo did come out of his slump and since then has performed well, with a terrible qualifying in Imola being put down as an anomaly by the team. Despite the team's public support of him, fans and the media have been questioning if Red Bull might swap him out for another driver in 2025. Daniel Ricciardo was a favourite for that spot until he sat down in a car and worked his way out of contention with some poor performances. Carlos Sainz's dismissal from Ferrari put him in the running for a return to Red Bull. Alex Albon has been linked with a move back there as well, and Yuki Tsunoda's impressive start to 2024 meant he was in with the shout also. Most drivers are holding fire on signing new contracts as they wait for the fate of that second Red Bull seat to be decided. The chance to drive for the fastest car on the grid is too tempting for any F1 driver. So when the news that Checo had signed an extension spread around the F1 world, the implications looked massive, but the trigger was pulled prematurely on the news. Red Bull have offered Checo a new contract for 2025, but shockingly, he's rejected it. Fox Sports Mexico reported that he'd been offered a one-year contract by Red Bull, keeping him at the team for 2025, but not beyond that. But instead of accepting, as many would expect, Perez has sent back a counter-proposal for a 2-year deal, which Red Bull have now rejected. The team already has the contract. It is for 1 year, according to the reports from Perez's home country. They offered it to Checo and he said, we have to review it. Checo's lawyers are in that process, but Checo submitted a 2-year counter-proposal, to which immediately Red Bull said no. However, the deal is not dead. An agreement could yet be found at 1 year with the option for a second year. Driver contracts that involve a year and an option for an additional year are pretty common. If the driver performs well, then a clause can be triggered which adds an extra year to the contract. If they don't perform well though, or a better driver becomes available, then the team can choose not to trigger the 1-year extension and the contract ends. That works both ways, of course. Red Bull team principal Christian Horner commented very carefully on Perez's future after the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix. The whole driver market is playing itself out and we know exactly where we are and what our options are, Horner said. In the timing that's right for us, we'll make decisions about the future. The BBC's Andrew Benson, speaking on the Checkered Flag podcast, said that the reason Red Bull are interested in extending Perez's contract rather than making a swap is that there simply aren't any other good options. What might save him is who's available to replace him. The obvious guy is Carlos Sainz, but there was quite a lot of tension between Sainz and Verstappen when they were teammates at Toro Rosso back in the beginning of their careers. And I don't sense that much keenness from Red Bull to get that partnership back together again. And then if you take Sainz out of the equation, on that basis, there aren't any top-level standard drivers available to put in that seat instead. The reasons for Perez to try and negotiate are clear. He wants to guarantee his future, and he wants a chance to drive in the new regulations as well. He's 34, which isn't old by modern F1 standards, and if he's still enjoying racing, then he'll want to stay in the sport for a few more years yet. Alonso, Hamilton and Hülkenberg are all showing that you can race into your late 30s and early 40s if you still have the desire to. If Red Bull really want Sainz and don't like the idea of promoting Yuki Tsunoda, then Perez may be able to negotiate into a contract for more than a year, but with the likes of Ayumu Iwasa, Isaac Hajar and Liam Lawson waiting in the wings for a chance, Red Bull might not want to lock themselves out of promoting a young talent for that long. The implications of Red Bull offering Checo a new contract on the rest of the drivers' market are obvious. It's no secret that Carlos Sainz has been holding out on signing with Sauber for 2025 as he tries to negotiate his way into Red Bull. There is apparently an offer on the table already for him to join the Sauber team in preparation for Audi to take over full-time in 2026. Carlos is well known for liking long-term contracts which let him focus on his driving, and the offer from Audi will be for at least 3 seasons, giving them the stability to build their team. Despite a history of finding success in motorsport, there is no guarantee that Audi will be able to replicate that in Formula 1. While it was a risk worth taking for Haas driver Nico Hülkenberg, if Sainz was able to sign with Red Bull, that would be a guarantee of a competitive car, not just a chance at one. With the Red Bull option potentially gone though, Sauber might now be his best bet. Red Bull offering Checo an extension is also a clear signal to Yuki Tsunoda that he is never going to get a chance at the team. Despite an impressive start to the season which has seen him charge to the front of the midfield with 4-point finishes in 7 Grand Prix, Red Bull still aren't interested, so a move elsewhere is probably his only route forward in his career. The Honda-backed driver is also being linked to Aston Martin, the team which the Japanese manufacturer will switch to for 2026 when the new generation of Formula 1 power units are introduced. Tsunoda was quizzed on those rumours by Channel 4, and while he spoke of a sense of loyalty to Red Bull, he also acknowledged Honda's role in getting him this opportunity. I mean, to be honest, RB is performing so far very well, so obviously, there's not much, I would say, strong feeling that I want to get out, said Tsunoda. But see how it goes. Obviously, at the same time, a lot of things going around, but I've been in the Red Bull family for a long time, so I have quite a lot of loyalty, and obviously Honda helped me a lot to get in here. I love this team. You know, the Italian culture, they're all funny. But yeah, I have to see options. Still, it's welcome. While he is comfortable at the team and things are going well at the moment, the VCARB team are never going to provide him with a car to challenge for a world championship, which at the end of the day is what every F1 driver wants to do. A move elsewhere would at least give him a chance to shine at another team and get out from the Red Bull umbrella, giving him the opportunity to earn a seat at a top team. A surprising candidate to earn Tsunoda's signature for 2025 and beyond is Haas. The team have been transformed this season under new boss Io Komatsu, and with Hülkenberg headed to Sauber and Kevin Magnussen looking unlikely to earn a contract extension, the team are after 2 new drivers. Ferrari Jr. Ollie Behrman is a favourite for 1 seat and may get a chance in the car this year if K-Mag gets the 1-race ban many people think is coming. The other seat is free though, and after the Emilia-Romagna Grand Prix, Tsunoda is looking like the favourite to take it. Chris Medland wrote for Racer that he had heard from his sources in the paddock in Imola that Haas were asking questions and Tsunoda could be interested, which would be a move that no one expected at the start of the year. What do you think of Checo's rejection of Red Bull's contract offer? And what do you think Sainz and Tsunoda will do now? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below, and until next time, drive safe and bye for now.